Back home now, and doctors are... Well, there's celebration in Nigeria today, with the president holding a reception for 82 former schoolgirls who've been freed by the jihadist group Boko Haram. The government secured their release after mediation by the Red Cross, but the young women will face a huge challenge returning to their mostly Christian families, having spent 3 years as captives of the Islamist extremists. Anne Barker has our report.
Looking tired and dazed, the 82 young women filed silently into a waiting room in the capital Abuja to meet Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari. It's barely 48 hours since they were released from 3 years in captivity, held in a remote forest by Boko Haram militants. Even their parents had to wait till after to be told whether their daughters were among those released.
Whether she's among the ones that are freed or still in captivity, I don't know yet. But either my baby is among the freed one or not, I'm very happy.
As soon as they were freed, the former schoolgirls were flown to the capital and underwent extensive medical checks. One young woman is now an amputee. She lost a leg in captivity. Another is on crutches. At least one has her arm in a sling. The young women were placed into the care of soldiers before meeting President Buhari.
I am very pleased to have personally met you, and I assure you that the presidency will personally supervise the performance of those trusted with social welfare commitments made by the federal government.
These are the second group of so-called Chibok schoolgirls now released by Boko Haram. Of the original 219 whisked away to the forest, more than 100 are now free. But more than that number again are still in captivity or even dead. The President's Chief of Staff, Abba Kyari, says every effort is being made to find the rest.
Since the first 21 girls were released last year, he gave instructions to the security forces to leave no stone untouched until all the girls are released. This is the second batch. This is the result of effort. The President has them in his mind on a daily basis. He's very pleased.
Much of that effort has come from the campaign group Bring Back Our Girls, who staged a daily sit-out or vigil in Abuja to keep the former schoolgirls in the government's eye. Its convener, Aisha Yasefu, says the campaign is far from over.
So right now we have 106 that have been brought back home. We have 113 still waiting for us to go out there and get them and bring them back home.
It's understood the release of 82 young women came in exchange for the freedom of a handful of Boko Haram militants by the government. But it's unclear whether or what negotiations are continuing to free the rest. President Buhari's government has had limited success taking on Boko Haram, and many Chibok parents like Enoch Mark are still in emotional limbo, unsure if their daughters are even alive.
3 years is not a joke. If it happens they are not back, what can I do? And even if my daughter is not among, I'm not the only person. The parents of the other daughters that are absent, we will still join together and pray to God, hoping that sooner or later they will be back.
For all the joy at their release, the Chibok girls, now women, are a tiny fraction of the thousands of Nigerians killed or kidnapped by Boko Haram as it continues its years-long struggle to establish an Islamist caliphate in Nigeria.
Anne Barker reporting.